Welcome to the third session of Profit and Loss. In this session, we will take a look at some questions related to mark price, discount, selling price, and cost price. So let us now take a look at the fundamental equation of profit and loss. So I've already told you that the basic equation of profit and loss is cost price plus profit is equal to the selling price. Now we can also arrive at the selling price from the other side, that is the mark price side, and mark price minus discount also yields the selling price. Profit and loss percent is always calculated on the cost price, and the discount percentage is always calculated on the marked price. Please note that for any question in which all values are given in percentages, it is ideal to assume something as 100. We will use this particular concept in some of the questions that I am going to solve in this session. Let us take a look at one question. A man sells an item for some price and incurs a loss of 40%. What is the profit percent in case the same item is sold at twice the price? So in this question, we assume the cost price to be 100. So cost price is 100. We could have assumed any of the values, any of the parameters to be 100, but we assume the cost price to be 100 because finally we've got to calculate the profit percent. So when cost price is 100, this man incurs a loss of 40%. So the selling price must be 100 minus 40, that is 60. According to our assumption of cost price as 100, the first selling price when the man incurs a loss of 40% is 60. Next, if you sell at 2 times this particular price, if the man sells at twice the first selling price, the new selling price must be rupees 120. So what is his profit percent now? The selling price is 120. The cost price is rupees 100. The profit percent must be 120 upon 100 minus 1 into 100. That is equal to 20%. So let us solve another question. A trader marks up the price of a commodity by 80%. He then offers a discount of 30%. What is the profit earned by the trader? Now this is a classic question where all the values are given in percentages. So we can assume something to be 100, and in order to identify what value to assume 100 or what parameter to assume 100, just take a look at what is being asked. We are finally asked to calculate the profit percentage earned by the trader. Now what is this profit percentage calculated on? Profit percentage is calculated on cost price. Therefore, we assume the cost price to be 100. Theoretically speaking, we can assume any of these parameters, cost price, mark price, discount, anything to be 100. But to answer or to arrive at the answer faster, assume the cost price for this question to be 100. So cost price is 100. So if cost price is 100, then what is the markup? The markup is by 80%. So if the markup is 80%, that means 80% of 100, that is 80. So mark price must be rupees 180. Then the trader offers a discount of 30%. And because according to our assumption, the mark price is 180, discount is calculated on 180, that is equal to 54 rupees. Selling price must be mark price minus the discount, that is 180 minus 54 rupees, that is 126 rupees. So after providing a discount, we get the selling price as 126 rupees. And what was our assumed cost price? That was rupees 100. Therefore, the profit percent must be 26% because 126 minus 100 divided by 100 into 100. So selling price minus cost price upon cost price into 100 should give us 26%. So let us solve another question based on this concept. On giving a discount of 20%, a trader gains 20%. What will the trader gain if he gives a discount of 10%? The first thing we need to note here is what is being asked finally. Finally, we are asked to calculate what will the trader gain. And therefore, we assume CP to be 100 because gain percentage is always calculated on cost price. The next thing we need to do is calculate what is the marked price. Now, in order to arrive at the marked price, we need to find an equation which relates mark price and cost price and selling price. The next thing we need to do is calculate the mark price. So let us try to do that. Gain percent given is 20% and therefore the selling price must be 120 rupee. If selling price is 120 rupees, we have arrived at this 120 rupee selling price after giving a discount of 20%. So discount is 20%. So we can write an equation 80% of mark price is equal to 120 rupee. So what does that mean? That mark price on solving the equation we will get as 150 rupee. So selling price after giving a 10% discount will be equal to 90% of 150, which is equal to 135. So we've calculated the new selling price. We already have the cost price. Now what is the profit percent according to this? The profit percent can be easily seen as 35%. Let us solve another question. On giving a discount of 30%, a person earns a profit of 33%. What will be the profit percent if the discount is of 40%? Again, assume CP to be 100 for the same reasons. We are required to calculate the profit percent finally. Gain is given as 33%. Now we will utilize this gain to calculate our selling price, that is 133 rupees. How did we arrive at 133 rupees? We also arrive at 133 rupees by giving a discount of 30%. So we say that discount is 30% and 70% of the mark price must be equal to selling price, that is 133 rupees. On solving the equation, we get mark price is equal to 190 rupees. Now the next discount is 40%. So selling price after a 40% discount must be equal to 60% of 190. That is equal to 114 rupees. Now we have two things. Number one, we have the selling price 114 rupees and we have the cost price that we assumed as 100. What is the profit percent? Profit percent we can see easily is 14%. So with this we come to an end of this session. In this session we solved some questions relating cost price, profit, selling price and mark price, and we saw how we can solve some questions by assuming a value to be 100. In case you have any feedback or any query, feel free to write to us at studentservices@pfindia.com. Thank you.